Okay, this is what flaxseed looks like, dry. They're either light brown, like this, golden, or they're dark brown, almost black. So I usually buy it in bulk because it's cheaper that way. It's $1.99. This was $1.99 a pound at our local health food store here. So we're going to be working with flaxseed. If you've never worked with it before, and then you'll be surprised what happens to it when you soak it, because we're going to have to soak some of this to make some flaxseed crackers. Okay, the first thing you need to do is soak your flaxseed, and I have 3 cups soaked in here. And what I did was I put about 6 cups of water in with it. Was it 6 cups? So, well, I actually didn't measure it. I just put the 3 cups of flaxseed in the bowl, and then I covered it with water till it looked like it was double. So this is what it looks like. It actually forms a gel, and this has been soaking for 8 hours. You need to soak it for 6 to 8 hours, and it forms a gel, and that's the binding agent that makes it so easy to make crackers with and flatbreads. So that's what it looks like. Don't be concerned. No one told me that when I first followed one of these recipes, and I had to look online to see if that was normal or if I did something wrong. I thought maybe I forgot to rinse them or something, but anyway, that's what they look like. Okay, some recipes call for flaxseed meal, and all that is ground flaxseed, and this is what it looks like. It's just ground up, and you'll need some of that also when we make these crackers. This is inexpensive also, and you don't use very much of it very often, so it's worth having some around, because if you're making a lot of breads like the crackers and flatbreads using the flaxseed, then you'll need some of this as well. Okay, just to shorten up this video a little bit, instead of showing you and measuring it out, you know how to do that yourself. I put into a bowl 2 cups of the soaked flaxseed, a cup of the ground flaxseed, a can of my favorite tomato blend, diced tomato blend. I think I used something similar to Rotel with a little spice in it, and then I drained it. I got it at health food store, so there's not a lot of extra preservatives or anything in it. You can use anything you'd like, but make sure you drain it. And then I put 1 to 2 tablespoons of soy sauce to bring out the flavor a little bit instead of using salt. And you can use any other soy sauce substitute if you'd like. There's something called Bragg's that I use also. So go ahead and put that all in the bowl and mix it together really well. So now I have a gooey glop, and I'm going to spread this out on a cookie sheet with foil on it. Okay, I've been working with this for a few minutes. I'm just trying to evenly, you might want to use 2 cookie sheets if your cookie sheets are smaller for this recipe, but I'm trying to get this as even as I can, and try to make the edges, working with the edges so that they're all about the same thickness also, so they don't crack. We're going to be baking this slowly at the lowest temperature your oven can go to, and then we'll be flipping them periodically. So before we put these in, we're going to score this, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, all I'm doing to score this is I'm just taking a knife and pressing it, and so that when this bakes, it'll be easier to crack this or break them into crackers. If you don't, then it's going to be just one big giant tray of a cracker. So this is how you score it. Okay, now it's ready to go into the oven, and I have mine set at 150, and we'll take a look at it in about an hour and see how it's doing. Okay, I pulled these out at 2 hours, but you can see that I rescored them and made them smaller. I scored them at an hour, and then I rescored them again at an hour and a half, and now it's been 2 hours, and so it's time to flip them. and give it another couple hours at this low temperature. What we're trying to do is dry them out and trying to get them really crispy and crunchy. So it's going to be a little bit tricky and take a little bit of time, but if you work with a spatula and try to get these up and turned. I already turned these first two here. So just have to kind of work with it and get them turned. And then put them back in for another couple hours. Okay, they're all turned. It took a little bit of work because they're sticky on the bottom. So I just used a plastic spatula. And okay, so we're going to put it back in. Another couple hours at 150. You don't need to score it anymore, so I'll just take a look at it in an hour. Well, here it's been 4 hours at 150, and they're not done. I didn't know how long this was going to take because I've only done it in the dehydrator at 105, and that takes about 16 hours, flipping it every couple hours. But so this is an experience or experiment in the oven. So I'm just flipping these, and the way they feel right now, it feels like it's going to need to go another couple hours, and it's 10:30 at night. I should have started this earlier. So anyway, I'm going to check it again in another hour. Okay, we are at hour number 5 at 150, and I'm turning them again. You can kind of feel them. They're not dried all the way through yet. They're not completely crispy. So we're just going to keep doing this until I'm happy with how crispy they are. So we'll check it again in an hour, which will be 12:30 after midnight. Okay, it's been 6 hours, and I think these are just right. You can experiment with them if you would like and make them a little bit crispier, but they are right about where I like them. And so I'm going to call it a night and enjoy making these. These are fun and they're really yummy. They'll store really nice too in an airtight container for a few weeks. Okay, these are ready. I got up this morning and found that they were still a little bit more moist than I'd like them, so I put them back in the oven at 150 and dried them for another 3 hours. So now they're perfect. And so I'm going to pack them up and take them to share with you tonight.